Hello again.
So I was saying that it's like every single live starts at the same. Me coming to sit down while Marta's on her butt. So.
And as I was saying,
I guess we make a good team. We know our roles.
Exactly. You asked me to stay to make sure everything is right.
Yeah.
The lighting and all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm here in my position.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? End of summer is coming quickly.
I know, it's like
what
what's
is
today? August 10th?
10th, or I thought it was the 9th? Yeah,
No,
it's the
10th.
10th, you're right. I'm always behind, eh? That's why I have a good one.
But you know
to
what?
keep track of things.
For those that wake up early in the morning, so this week we're trying to wake up early in the morning, it's already like darker,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
which is kind of scary.
Yeah, usually we go for our jogs around 6:30-ish.
6:30.
And we're already noticing a difference, which is depressing because you know what's coming. Snow shovels and snow boots. But it is what it is. We live in Canada, right?
Hold on, there's gonna be fall before that. Sweater, sweater weather. Boots for women.
Yeah, but you know how fall
Yeah,
is. It's like
it's short.
sometimes fall is good and sometimes fall is not so good.
Well, I'm really hoping.
Sometimes it's a good, sometimes it's a shit.
Is this the video you saw from Formula One,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was
Anyway, those that follow, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But anyway, hold on, we're having problems again.
No, we're not having
issues.
problems here. We're looking perfectly fine.
Okay. So anyway, so as I was saying, that obviously the weather will change. I'm hoping for a warm September.
I think so. I
There
think
was
it's going to happen.
A few years
actually.
ago, remember when we were in
We
Europe?
did Thanksgiving outside, no?
No, that was last year.
That was
But
last
remember
year.
when, like,
Oh, when-
2018 or something?
Oh, that
We
was,
went to
that was a
Europe,
while ago. Yeah.
And I remember my sisters were telling me it was a heat wave here.
And in Europe was the opposite.
Yeah, it was
And that was the month of
cold,
September.
damp.
So maybe we can get another one of those.
That's what I'm hoping.
We
I'm really
won't-
hoping for
We won't
that.
close the pool until November.
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
The heater will be going 24/7.
Who cares? You live once.
So what are we going to talk today about? Well, Martha and I were discussing, what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about today? You know? Well, real estate changes all the time, so there's lots to talk about. And I guess we'll talk first about the stats. So I just finished doing the stats yesterday. We're going to be posting them on Friday. And what I've noticed is that, so like I said before, you know, when we do our stats there, it shows the year-over-year increase or decrease in the market for detaches, semis, townhouses, etc. And what I've noticed is since the market started coming down back in April, I've noticed that every month that has gone by, the year-over-year increase to houses for the average price has been coming down slightly. And now, when I did the stats, what you'll notice is that the year-over-year increase for the market is starting to get to almost even of what it was last year at this time. So
Price-wise.
we're seeing some markets in certain categories, let's say, you know, semi-detached in Mississauga, you know, the year-over-year increase is only about $10,000 or $20,000 increase, let's just say. Or townhouse in Milton is only like a $15,000 or $20,000 increase year-over-year. So, and I mentioned that last month when we did the stats, is that I thought that this month again, July, would start showing the year-over-year increases coming down again. Now, next month, we might be back right straight to dead even of what it was last year in August. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But overall, sales are still down in general. We're not seeing, you know, we're starting to see actually a little bit of change. We're starting to see some multiple offers happen.
But okay, sales down in general. Also, I think generally speaking, summer is more quieter.
Yeah, summer's always a quiet time in real estate. That's 100%. I agree with you.
And of course, with the interest rates, I think a lot of people are pausing a
It's
bit.
been slower than normal.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that there's still buyers out there. The
There
buyers
are.
are out there just being more picky because they have more to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So rightly so. I mean, take your time, and you know you're not going to buy the first home you see. So you got to take your time and go look at it. But a lot of buyers are being very picky. We've successfully sold 2 places that we had on the market in the last month, which is great news. We have 1 more left. Gorgeous townhouse in Mississauga. Getting the showings, just not getting the offers.
And again, you know, when we go back for feedback, it's exactly that. You know, it's a great home, it's a great home.
But they want to look at more.
But they want to look at more. Or it's a great home, it's a great home.
They're taking time
They're
to make a decision.
taking time to make a decision.
So the market overall, generally speaking, summer is slower, but it is slower than normal. I guess, what is normal? You can't count the last few years normal because that wasn't normal.
I agree.
Right? But regardless, sales are down. Months of inventory are up, which means there's more houses to choose from. Days on the market are longer, so obviously houses are taking longer to sell. So, I mean, it's a great time to make a purchase if you're a buyer. Straight up, right? Straight up, this gives you opportunity to negotiate a price. This gives you opportunity to do a home inspection, to keep conditions in, get a closing date that you want. I mean, honestly speaking, some of the sellers are at the mercy of the buyers right now, especially if they want to sell. You know, there's not every seller needs to sell, but those sellers that need to sell, they want to get an offer. Okay, just get us an offer and we can negotiate a price that's reasonable, right? So,
having said that though, I'd say since the weekend, we have seen a shift in certain markets, and it could be also based on price points, but we are starting to see a shift. So we don't know if this is going to stick and be the way like what we're starting to see, or if this is just temporary. So for instance,
explain what you mean by a shift. So we've already seen a shift of interest rates went up, sales went down, prices went down,
homes are sitting on the market.
Yeah, so that was the first shift.
That was the first shift. And now we're seeing that, so specifically right now we're going to talk about Hamilton, Stoney Creek area. We are seeing that homes that have been sitting on the market for 25 days, 34 days, 30 days.
Even 60 days.
Long time, okay? We are now seeing that they're getting multiple offers.
Even though they've been on the market for a while and they don't have offer date set.
They're still priced the same way, or they did a price reduction, slight price reduction. And all of a sudden, you know, you have a buyer submit an offer and another offer gets registered.
So specifically speaking, Hamilton, Stoney Creek area, we have a client that we're taking out to see houses there. And lo and behold, there's a house that's been on the market for 59 days. Let's go see it. They saw it on Friday last week. Decided, okay, we want to see some more before we make a decision. Monday came along, or was it Tuesday? Tuesday came along, we took him out to see properties again. We booked this place in for a second showing, and okay guys, let's put an offer on it. So now we're sitting at 60 days in the market, whatever it is, and we put an offer in yesterday, everything's good, okay, let's see what happens. Boom, later on that evening, we got a notification that another offer came in. Well, what are the chances that a second offer comes in? Right? When we put an offer in for our clients. So now we're in competition. We'll deal with that today. But generally speaking, not generally speaking, the houses that we showed them over the course of Friday and Tuesday, they've all gotten multiple offers. Some
Not
of them,
all. Like, let's say
a good portion.
Out of 5, half of them.
Yeah. We're seeing one of them got 5 offers. One of them got 3 offers. Another one got 2 offers. The one we have with our client right now, there's 1 other offer on the property. But that's not to say that things are still selling for way over asking price. In fact, sometimes when you have multiple offers at this point of the market, you're actually seeing multiple offers happen, yes, but you're not seeing them go over asking. And if they do go over asking, they're not going out over asking price for much.
Like, not drastic. And the reason is because the homes are priced correctly, okay? And correctly meaning they're not priced for multiple offers, okay? They're priced on market value, prices where, you know, a seller feels there is a little bit of room to negotiate still because we are in that type of market. But again, now that the interest rates have gone up a few weeks ago, the dust has settled, buyers are out again, and now we're in this position where people are like, okay, well, I'm putting in, so am I, and so am I.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have buyers that were waiting for the market to drop, which it did. And then you had buyers that were still waiting, saying that, well, interest rates are still going to continue to go up and the market's is going to continue to drop, which it did. And now you have buyers that are saying, okay, well, prices are actually really good now. They're thinking, and there's rumors, that there's possibly going to be another rate hike of 0.75 in September. So if you're a buyer and you're hearing that there might be a rate increase by 0.75 by September, well, prices have already dropped. Maybe it's a good idea to make that purchase now. And I think a lot of buyers are starting to say to themselves, okay, the time is right. Let's go make the purchase. The prices have come down.
Yep.
Let's make a purchase before the next interest rate hike,
Yep.
which is giving motivation for buyers, which is now why we're possibly seeing an increase in offers and maybe more competition. So like Martha said, I agree. We don't know if this is going to stick. This might be something that could be going on for the next 2-3 weeks, at least in Hamilton, where we're currently looking places with our buyer. But we'll see if it starts trickling down to other markets. That'll be interesting.
And other markets, and also like we talked about, I think it was last live or the live before, the micro markets, right? So this is a micro market where it's a specific price point. You know, it doesn't mean it's going to trickle into, you know, above $1 million properties, etc. Again,
it could. We don't know.
We don't know, and I think most agents don't know. We all are in the same boat where we're like, okay, well, we're just watching, seeing what's happening, what trends are going on. And like I said, that's why we wanted to bring this to your attention, because it's interesting. I mean, we were very surprised. Like I said, I mean, we've been working with these clients. We've taken out a couple of weeks ago. This wasn't happening. Specifically this weekend, this is where it started happening.
Yeah, it started happening.
So
but you know what, Mark and I always say that even in a heated market where it's a crazy seller's market and buyers are in competition all the time, we always say for buyers, don't be afraid of multiple offers, because all that matters is market value. That's all that matters. As long as you're paying for the house what the market value is, that's all that matters. Yeah. Or essentially not going over top of your max, your comfort zone. So for instance, 2 weeks ago, we were out with clients in Milton, and they wanted to purchase a detached home. Clients that we've been working with since late 2021, and obviously things worked out, and they wanted to start looking again. So we started looking again. We found a place they love, and they submitted an offer. The house has been on the market for 40 days. Submit an offer. Lo and behold, a second offer comes in on the property that they love. They're bummed out. They're upset. And
they don't want to compete.
They don't want to compete. And we said, listen, guys, what was your max to go on this property if we were in negotiations? And they gave us a number. Okay, well, if that was your max when you're negotiating, then just go to your max now and see what happens. And they went to their max number. Obviously, we suggested them, gave them a market value, what we think the house is worth, and they did as we suggested. And they ended up getting the house, and they didn't pay over the list price. They paid $40,000 less than the list price. So even though this place had 2 offers, our client was still able to get it for under the list price. So just because there's some multiple offers going on right now does not mean that you cannot be successful getting the house you want.
And doesn't automatically mean you have to give them list price or over.
Or over. It all depends on the situation, and right now we're not in that situation. So don't be afraid of multiple offers. You can still get a house for a great price. And it all depends on what the house is priced at, right? If the house is priced at market value and we feel like, oh, hey, that house is actually priced really well, you know, then okay, then maybe it's okay to pay the list price. But if we feel the house is overpriced, then okay, we'll give you a market value that we feel it is, and it's up to you whether or not you want to go there. Yeah. So don't be afraid of the multiple offers. You can still get a great deal on a property right now. In fact, we're encouraging people that were thinking to buy or are thinking to buy to start getting serious and dig in and go get that house before the next interest rate hike, because that's again is going to make it's no longer about prices going down. Now it's more about affordability of, even if prices do go down, what's more important, getting an extra $50,000 off the purchase price or paying an extra $50,000 in interest? And we all know that interest rate, more that you're going to be paying, that's more money per month out of your pocket.
Yes. Or the other thing is missing out on the right home just because you feel, well, no, I'm going to sit and wait. You know, is it going to increase? Is it not going to increase? Or sorry, decrease in price? There could be the right home for you right now. But because you feel, oh, it's going to drop in price, not necessarily. Another buyer can come in, scoop it up, and that's it. It's done. Your house is gone. Mm-hmm. The one that you wanted or been thinking about.
And usually that's how it happens. The house is in the market. It's still there. It's still there. It's still there. When you're ready to pull the trigger, it's either gone or You put an offer in and another offer comes in at the same time. Because keep in mind, other people that are just like you are looking for that same property. People have the same taste as you as well. Some people like this, some people like that. If you're going for a property, chances are there's a number of other buyers that also like that property.
Absolutely. On the flip side though, for the sellers, if you're thinking of selling, our recommendation is try to be on the market before the next interest rate increase.
So ASAP.
Yep.
And pricing, you need to be on point with your
Yeah,
pricing.
you do. You need to, in fact, you need to be a little aggressive.
Aggressive with
because
the price.
there is a lot of competition. You need to stand amongst your competition. So 2 things. Priced right, for the most part. You got to figure that out what the price is.
Price the best and look the best.
Exactly. That's the other thing I was going to ask. So before, people be like, in a hot market, oh, let's stage, or, let's prep our home. It's very important. Yes, it is. It's always important. But in a market like this, where you have so much more to be competing against, I would say that's probably the number 1 thing you need to do. Invest in staging, invest in having your home look amazing. If you need to do paint touch-ups, if you need to refreshen the house, it is so important because you are competing amongst a lot of homes.
And you want to get your
and
house
you
sold.
need to stand out. You want to get your house sold. And the longer you're going to sit on the market, the prices are going to start dropping further.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're thinking of selling, get on the market as soon as you can, or at least get in touch with an agent, get the ball rolling, figure out what you need to do to get the house ready to be on the market. Because it takes time. It takes time. I don't think there's anybody that will just go into a home and say, okay, my house is ready tomorrow. You can have the photographer come in. Yes, maybe the 1% of population in our career that we've seen. Most homes need time. And by time, we mean the earliest probably is a week. And that's a lot of pressure on the seller to get the house ready based on the recommendations the agent has provided. Yeah. And your agent should make recommendations. Should. Because nobody lives in a home that's ready to sell tomorrow, okay? None of us do. We don't, okay? Nobody does, okay? So it's important that you have some time to obviously prep the house and get those recommendations and what needs to be ready.
Agreed.
So like I said, get that house ready ASAP before the interest rate goes up again, because what's going to happen is when that interest rate goes up, and we know it's going to go up again, the buyers, they stop. It's just dead. Silence.
They got to figure out now what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Some of them that were approved for let's say if you were approved for 800,000 and you were searching and you didn't find anything, and now boom, rate hike goes up, and now you're like, oh shoot, I can no longer get an $800,000 house. Now I can only get a $700,000 house. Mm-hmm. Well, that means you just lost people out of your pool of buyers to sell your house.
Exactly.
So a lot of things to consider.
Yeah.
Right?
So like we said, just be careful with that, because things will change and they're continuously changing. And again, hopefully you are going to see what we're seeing in Hamilton right now, but we don't know. We don't know. I mean, it's a question mark. This could be just for this week, and next week could be back to the way it was the whole summer practically.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, that's it for us, I think.
Yeah.
Remember, end of summer is happening, so go out there, enjoy this beautiful month. Looks like a gorgeous day today. Man, I can't believe yesterday was the first day we turned off our AC in like how long?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It feels like months.
Gave it a break. The AC was like, oh.
But you know what I was saying? You kind of need that fresh air. You have your AC running, whatever. It's cool in the house, but having that fresh air, it's good. You need that in the home. So it was good. It was nice. But I'm happy the temperatures are warm again. Oh yeah. And the next few days looks like up until the weekend.
We'll enjoy it.
So we're gonna try to enjoy as much as we can.
Yeah. Do some work here. Do some work there.
And then party.
Well, work hard, party hard, right?
Yeah. We don't party during.
Anyways, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys again next month with another update, and we'll see what's gonna happen then. Bye.